So what does body volume index mean? What does it give you? And what are we actually talking about? Well, what we're aiming to do is to introduce a new index looking at BVI rating, which we've based on gender, age, ethnicity and other risk factors, so looking at other biomarkers which we can measure, such as blood pressure, cholesterol and glucose. It's based on what's been used safely in the retail industry for about the last 15 years or so in order for them to obtain clothing sizes. The technology is safe, it uses white light, so in contrast to the techniques we have at the moment, which include CT scanning, MRI scanning, which can be quite expensive and involve radiation doses, this is very safe and very quick, with scans taking about 10 seconds to perform. It also collects the data automatically, so all of this information that's collected, lots of little measurement points that you get, are fed into a data bank, and then that data is very easily retrievable, and depending on what you want, that information can be provided. The other information that the BVI system will store will be your BMI. It will also include waist circumference, waist-hip ratios, weight, and then volume distribution. Now, I know Ian's going to say something a little bit more about volume distribution and the techniques for working out individual volumes, but I'll just briefly, in a sentence, tell you that to work out someone's body volume is extremely difficult. There are various techniques that can do this, including submerging individuals in water, or using another technique called BodPod, which again Ian would explain to you. But these techniques are very cumbersome, they take time, and they're very, very expensive. And the other thing that they don't do, that the BVI system will do, is that they will actually give you the body volume in different sections of the body. So essentially you can cut these scans up how you want to and look at different volume distributions as you require. Here we have a body volume scanner, and you can see that it's essentially a large photo booth where the individual stands, and these are the sorts of images that will be produced. So from a medical point of view, well, why am I interested in body volume imaging and body volume indices? Well, I've already mentioned to you that we can get total and segmental body volumes, and as far as segmental body volumes go, what we're interested in is the abdominal volume. And the reason we're interested in this is because we know that this is the area that is particularly associated with cardiovascular risk, i.e. risk of having a heart attack or stroke in the future. BVI will also provide us with BMI. It provides us with accurate waist circumference, and again Ian will go through some of this with you a little later on. And it also provides us with accurate waist-hip ratios. Again, Ian is working on body composition, which is to follow, and also the potential of risk indicators for developing cardiovascular disease. So some of the potential benefits really of BVI to the health sector, and what I want you to note here really is that we're not talking just about waist circumference, we're not talking just about one measurement, we're not talking about just one advantage. What we're talking about is the whole package, and I think that's very important when it comes to BVI. There's more than one thing that it gives you. It gives you a new automated body measuring system, which is safe because it uses white light as opposed to radiation. It's non-invasive and it's objective, so it gives you accurate measurements. Current ways to measure waist and waist-hip ratios are with tape measures, which can be inaccurate, and again Ian will present some data on that for you. The other thing that we were interested in was looking at whether the body volume scanner, with all its measurements, could reliably track obesity, and I'll come back to that shortly. It also gives you some of the things I've already mentioned: BMI, weight and volume distribution, and potentially there could be a cost reduction to try and collect this information for the health service.